foods you should add to your diet and ways to banish cravings, guys' perspectives on mixed weight dating, and the top wine and cheese to bring to a Super Bowl party.
Welcome to Life Love Shopping. I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I'm Michelle Yarn, and you know we're talking Super Bowl in a couple days, but let's talk about the food.
Oh, hello.
From the cities attending the Super Bowl, Baltimore and San Fran. We're going to get into that one soon.
Also, ways to beat the flu, including a very special influenza sorbet.
And it actually sounds pretty good, even though the name is deceiving.
Even if you don't have the flu, I'm telling you, it sounds really good. We could all use some extra time catching up on sleep, right? But there are signs your body is lacking some much needed Z's. First off, if you're constantly hungry, if you find yourself famished all day, not because you skipped breakfast or amped up your gym routine, it might be because you've been skimping on your sleep. Next up, you're weepy. Ever find yourself tearing up over an embarrassing TV commercial? It could be a lack of sleep sending your emotions into overdrive. A study revealed sleep-deprived brains were 60% more reactive to negative and disturbing images.
Wow.
And you're forgetful or unfocused. You might be tempted to blame your absent-mindedness on your age or maybe your workload, but a lack of sleep could be the real culprit. Lack of quality time in dreamland has been linked to a host of mental and emotional problems.
Now, your bed can also reveal a lot about your personality, especially for the guys. This is hilarious. Here's your guide to decoding your man's bed. The straight shooter. He's got simple bedding in black, maybe tan or white. He's uncomplicated and direct. Things between the sheets might not be all that interesting, but at least you'll always know what's on his mind.
True.
What about the Rebel? The Rebel has bright, eccentric colored bedding.
I don't know
This
about
man,
that.
he requires a lot of stimulation, so dating could be fun, but a little bit exhausting. The Man Child, Star Wars bedding. You get the picture with this one. There is no growing up, just run. Then there's the high maintenance dude, 1,000 thread count sheets, come on. Pampering himself is a priority, but he will shower you with attention once he can put down the mirror.
Ooh, okay. Love a good vintage find. Really, who doesn't? Here are some items that we found that are better bought secondhand than brand new. Silk shirts. Brand new silk shirts are fantastic, except when the cost eats up your entire clothing allowance. Vintage silk tops can be hard to find in thrift stores, but there are plenty of great finds on Etsy. Leather bags. When you buy a vintage leather bag, they're worn and broken into perfection. Plus, you can't beat the secondhand price tag versus a brand new one. And coats. Vintage coats are made to last and they're beautifully tailored. If you can't find one in a thrift store, there are plenty online and well worth the shipping cost. Just make sure the seller gives a very detailed description about the garment and you know what to expect.
Losing weight, it's the third most common New Year's resolution, but if you're feeling unmotivated or discouraged on your road to becoming healthy, we've got some help from Chelsea Cross. Welcome, Chelsea.
Thank you so much.
So we're a month in, and a lot of times that's when that initial excitedness drops down, so you're going to help us stay on track.
Yes, 2013 is the time to get fooducated.
Oh, fooducated, all right.
Start with water. It's so simple, it's free, it's delicious. Our body's made of 70% of water. We need water to survive. A lot of us walk around all day being dehydrated.
And we don't even realize it.
We don't realize it, which makes us actually feel hungry. So that's why we tend to, run to the kitchen and eat instead of drink. So drink 2 cups of water 15 minutes before your meal, and you'll actually absorb, you'll save 75 calories per meal. So you won't feel the need to, have those few extra bites.
And that certainly adds up.
Yes.
Now, carbs, everybody thinks carbs are bad, bad, bad. They are good for you if you're choosing the right ones,
The right ones. So here's our bad column, and here's our good column. You have the sugary, high processed, high corn syrup, additives, artificial flavoring, granola bars with the icing on top.
And parents tend to throw those in their kids' lunchbox,
This is what we feed our children at such a young age. So we're, already grooming our children to be intolerant on these foods because the more high processed food you eat, the more you crave them. So we're going to deconstruct these cravings as we go down the table. So the good carbs, the whole grains, the brown rice, the quinoa, the millet, the spelt, the amaranth, the oatmeal. It's actually National Oatmeal Month today. These are carbs that are going to fuel our bodies throughout the day. We're not going to get that crash, that high and then that crash because it doesn't spike the bloodstream. So these are the carbs that you want to focus on.
And I guess the less processed it is, the better, right?
The less processed, the better. And also research about soaking your grains. There's a lot of benefit to that.
Now, when I think cravings, I think sugar, because I think we all crave sugar. How do we battle this?
Okay, cravings are your body telling you that you're lacking a certain nutrient or that you're eating too much high processed food, so you're craving the high processed food.
Vicious cycle.
So instead, create your own trail mix, a dark chocolate, an almond, eat more sweet vegetables, sweet fruits, and try some alternatives. Dairy-free desserts tend to be less calories. They usually don't have artificial sweeteners, and they're a good alternative for a sugar craving.
And you can see here they use coconut milk instead, which is delicious.
Delicious.
In its own. Okay, great.
Very delicious.
What about salty, though? With the sweet comes the salty cravings.
Okay, so if you crave salt, you may be mineral deficient. So if you take a lot of vitamins and supplements throughout the day, be aware if you're craving salt, because that may be triggering your salt craving. But there are many alternatives to good foods that cure that salt craving, like hummus, cottage cheese, olives, pickles, air-popped popcorn, but especially dark leafy green vegetables.
For the salty?
Yes.
Okay.
The more you add leafy green vegetables into your diet, the less you'll feel the need to go, have a bag of pretzels. So I picked kale and bok choy because they tend to be neglected, I think, in the supermarket.
I love bok choy, too.
It's delicious. Bake, steam, puree, roast. There's so many recipes online. There's no excuse if you don't know how to cook.
Pinterest, hello.
Yes, the best, the best.
Well, thank you so much. Those are easy changes we can all make.
Still more to come here on Life Love Shopping. We're talking about the new mixed weight dating trend, and we're getting the guys' perspective on this weighty issue.
And we're also going to show you the best new foods you have got to serve up at your Super Bowl party coming up next. But first, we're doing a double take and sharing some of the craziest celebrity doppelgangers in Hollywood.
Oh, wow. Are you ready for some football? Michelle, you were helping us get ready for the big Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Any reason for a party, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we got to have great food. Sandwiches are great, you know, but you got to top them off with your Lorraine Premium Sandwich Cheese.
Ooh, yum.
This is primo, perfect for entertaining. If you don't want to do sandwiches, you can see all the examples of things to do here. It stacks beautifully on deli platters. You can put it on heroes, hoagies, crackers, and Lorraine cheese has a really rich taste. It's a nice, elegant touch to your sandwiches, and since it's naturally low in sodium but still really deliciously full flavored, you can feel good about eating it.
Sure.
And as you can see, lots of ways to use it. Some ideas, you could also melt it over a tuna salad sandwich on a pretzel roll, do some mustard with that, or you could layer it over smoked turkey on whole grain bread.
Talking my game now.
Maybe some pesto mayo.
I like it.
So lots of ways to do that. Now, pork is also a wonderful menu staple for game day. Absolutely. It's so versatile. It's delicious, really easy to cook. You could prep it in a slow cooker so, you know, sits nice and tasty
and your
all
house
day.
is going to smell fantastic.
Smells good. You can do it on the stovetop. But if you're using the slow cooker, I got to suggest Hawaiian-style ribs. You make these with ginger, hoisin sauce, and pineapple juice. Oh, my goodness. It's a great flavor kick to traditional
You're coming
ribs.
to my house to make those.
Yeah, they're so good. You can also do chili. Everybody loves chili.
Yeah, you gotta
and make it
have chili.
with some smoky pork, bacon, and white beans, and you are a winner in everybody's eyes.
Yeah, no kidding.
Now, you can also check out the all-new porkbeinspired.com/porksocial, and you can share your pork passion, your favorite recipes with fellow pork fans, and you can get some inspiration for your game day menu as well. Now, what party spread is complete without chips, right?
Gotta have the chips.
You gotta have them, and I love Kettle Brand chips. They make for a really easy upgrade to an amateur game day snacking spread, okay?
For sure.
And here's why I love them. They batch cook their chips, and then they season them with all natural, non-GMO ingredients. So you get a nice hearty crunch and a bold flavor. You can see all the different flavors here. It's amazing, right? And if you're watching what you eat during the big game, Kettle Brand also has a line of baked chips. So they're made with real sliced potatoes, so you get nice crunch and flavor. 65% less fat though, so that's nice.
Oh, I like that.
Now, these chips are a really natural pairing with wine and beer, so if you want some suggestions, head to Kettle Brand's website because they have a really handy chip and craft beer pairing guide.
How fun.
Yeah, you go to kettlebrand.com under fun stuff and you'll find that.
Okay, you've mentioned beer, also wine. You gotta have wine.
Can't forget the wine. Yellowtail is the best for this. Crowd pleasers. Here are 3 for you that should be on your list, all under $8. If we start with the red, Yellowtail is the top-selling Merlot in the USA. Who knew, right?
Wow.
The taste is great. It's dark fruit, a hint of spice. And if you're more of a white fan, Yellowtail Chardonnay, it's lush, it's creamy with tropical fruits. It's the #1 imported Chardonnay in the USA.
Really?
Isn't that cool? And then Moscato. Everybody loves Moscato. The Yellowtail Moscato, it's light and refreshing. It has a little touch of frizzante.
Ooh.
So chill it and serve it, or you could also add it to your party punch or your sangria.
That is a great idea.
Yeah, so lots of people are going to love this. It's really easy to just get a couple bottles and know that you'll please everybody at
and
your
it's
party.
good to have a drink variety at your party too, because not everybody drinks, you know, beer or hard liquor. So
yeah, so that is a great way to go. Now, what entertaining would you have without TiVo? I mean, really.
I cannot live without my TiVo.
I know, and the TiVo Premier DVR, it seriously combines the best entertainment from cable and the web together in one place. My favorite feature, one remote and one simple search across everything. Makes your life easier. The TiVo Premier 4 DVR has 4 tuners, up to 75 HD hours.
Hello.
Let me tell you, you're never going to miss another game again
or another show.
And then there's TiVo Stream. This lets your family watch whatever they want on 4 other iOS devices within your home network, while you get to enjoy the Super Bowl on the big screen.
Awesome.
Right? Everybody wins. And you can also download your recordings and take them on the go with you, which is cool.
You'll never be apart from your TiVo ever again.
TiVo.com for info on that one.
Thank you. For more info, just head to our website, lifeloveshopping.com.
And, you know, while we're talking about Super Bowl, the 49ers take on the Ravens this Sunday, and each town is known for specific foods. So let's run down their stats, starting with San Francisco, California. The popsicle, who knew? It was invented by an 11-year-old boy in 1905 in San Fran. Crab Louie, it's a specialty salad since 1914, and it's made with the Louis dressing and Dungeness crab. Oh my goodness. Fortune cookies. Now, these were brought over by Chinese immigrants who turned their traditional moon cakes, which were used to celebrate special occasions, into the cookie that we know today. And they're also responsible for this, kind of.
Dominique cooked piled chicken tetrazzini.
You think he has won him over with chicken tetrazzini?
I don't know what she do with the chicken tetrazzini, but Pyle love it. Pyle love it. Dominique can cook, but I know she's seducing my man with a chicken tetrazzini.
You heard it, chicken tetrazzini. They are responsible for that. It's a dish named after an Italian opera singer, Luisa Tetrazzini, and she liked a little bit of everything, just like the dish.
Across to the East Coast in Baltimore, Maryland, they're known for the crab cakes. They came around in 1930 thanks to the popularity of crabs in the city's proximity to Chesapeake Bay. Corned beef roe. It's an influx of Eastern European immigrants to Baltimore that led to the development in the 1930s. It's known for its amazing Jewish delis, and lake trout sandwiches became a fast food staple after restaurant entrepreneurs realized the actual fish in use, Atlantic whiting, sounded less appealing. And pit beef, derived in Baltimore's blue-collar neighborhoods, it features grilled barbecue beef and horseradish topping stuffed inside a Kaiser roll. Delicious. When it comes to matters of the heart, mixed-weight couples argue more than same-weight couples, especially when it's the women who are overweight.
Right, and creator and executive producer of Mad Men, Matthew Weiner, shares his insight into a recent episode featuring star Betty coping with a heavy heart.
She is happy with Henry, but on some level, it's not enough.
Darling, I just don't think I can go tonight.
I think the stability of her life has been disappointing. And then you get in this cycle where you've lost your self-esteem, and the only way to make yourself feel better is to eat. It's a vicious cycle, having a weight problem. And this is a woman whose vanity is a big part of her life.
So there you have it. And researchers don't know which comes first in a relationship, conflict or weight gain. And as the cycle often feeds itself when relationship stress leads to eating and then more stress.
Joining us to talk about these weighty issues is Charles Divins and Lance Smith from our news partner, The Daily Buzz. Hey, guys.
Hey, ladies.
So have you ever dealt with this in a relationship where you're dating somebody and there's weight gain and you have to have this awkward conversation, or do you have the conversation?
I mean, I've dealt with it, but not the conversation part.
Yeah. How do you deal with it?
I think it's just a matter of changing lifestyle. Like, you know, it's lead by example, kind of doing more active things and kind of just being more conscious of that thing. And everybody wants to feel fit and feel good.
Yeah, and I've never been in a dating relationship where that was an issue. But once we got married, it kind of became an issue just because we got lazy. You know, I mean, you honestly.
But did it happen together then? You know.
It did, but it's a thing of like you don't call the other person out, but yet you. I don't know. It's strange. It's like who brings it up, and what do you mean I'm fat? You know,
yeah, right.
Yeah. So I mean, we've discussed it. Yeah, sure, and we made it a matter of just health and exercise now.
Yeah,
so
and it's different when it's both of you too, because then you can make it a group effort. But
yeah,
I wonder the difference if the relationship starts this way, where one person's bigger and one is smaller, because then it's like, well, why are you trying to change me now?
Yeah.
You know, versus when you get together and then it happens.
We have a friend, my wife and I. We have a couple friend that the one spouse is overweight, and she kind of keeps him from exercising, we've noticed. And we've talked about this.
She's overweight.
Yes.
Okay.
And he used to be, but he exercised and lost his weight, and it's this weird dynamic. And we watch it from a distance, and I don't know if that helps us watching our friends suffer.
Yeah. What do you guys think of this new study? Because they come out saying that it's often the woman in the relationship that suffers more, especially if she's the one that's overweight, as if it's easier for a guy to be overweight.
I think, I mean, in the world, yes. You open a magazine, it's harder for a woman to be overweight than a man. I mean, you hear the pot-belly jokes for guys, and drinking beer is kind of the standard issue of getting old.
The large
You get old, you get a pot belly, and you lose your hair. That's just how we do it.
Right.
Whereas women are forced to maintain their youth.
Yeah, and I think you know, women, aren't they sort of, I'm not prone, but just have a harder disposition, you know, given be it hormones or pregnancy and going through all these changes.
We're a little more sensitive to the whole topic.
Exactly.
As a whole.
Exactly. And so it's like, you know, fellas just have it easier not only socially, but you know, physiologically, naturally in a certain way.
Well, and there's an interesting dynamic too with this study about when you're eating out too. Like if you want to help the other person, and let's say she's ordering extra servings or ice cream or sides, how do you offer your help? Do you say something? I
not say anything?
And especially if she's told you, help me stay on track.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible because I cook in the house, and she's asked me that. My wife says, you know, you please stop with the butter.
Yeah.
And I'm Paula Deen in the kitchen. You know? So I'm bad about that. So you know, if I'm cooking like that, I surely, you know, I can't say anything if she was to ever gain a pound. But
I think we all know not to like say don't eat that.
Yeah.
There's got to be another way around
it. But it's tough if she asks you to help her out too. It's like I'm supposed to say something, but do I not? Because then she's going to get mad.
But you said in the beginning too, though, there's this cycle to it. It sort of feeds into itself, and it's like once you get trapped in that, one of you has to, you know, sort of throw out the anchor and say, we got to stop this and let's work on this
together. Especially if it's coming from a good place, if it's actual health and not vanity.
And if you can do it as a team. Now, when it comes to conflict, here's a question for you guys, as sort of a would you rather scenario. Would you rather deal with conflict when it comes to your other half having a weight issue, or have a difference in career, or cash, or fitness? Because oftentimes those are big conflicts in any relationship. We're looking at
like the main
weather guy Al Roker and his wife Deborah. I mean, he's a very large man. They've dealt with it. She's tiny, but you know, he's had his weight problems.
I mean, I just think it depends on the issue, and you've got to look to the future of like, what does it mean? Like, you have to pick your battles.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely.
And know how far down the line this is going to affect your relationship. So, you know, go into it easy, I guess. You know, tread lightly.
Those are all bad choices. You know, they can't choose one of those.
It's a would you rather game, guys.
If you can just keep the line of communication open, I think you'll be okay.
Yes.
Yeah, cash, I think, is easier.
Yeah.
I think it's harder, but anyway.
Okay.
Guys, make sure you catch Lance and Charles weekday mornings on The Daily Buzz.
Stay with us. Still more to come here on Life Love Shopping. If you've made it this far without catching the flu, good for you.
But it is still going strong. We have got you covered with the gadgets to help you beat the bug. Welcome back to Life Love Shopping. You know, flu season's pretty rough this year, right? Well, if you come down with the flu, you can always indulge in this. Check this out. It's called Influenza Sorbet by Jenny Splendid Ice Creams. It doesn't taste like the flu, okay? It has honey, ginger, orange juice, and lemon juice, Maker's Mark bourbon, and cayenne pepper. Now, it's not supposed to cure the flu, but it's supposed to relieve your symptoms. That pectin coats your throat along with the honey, and cayenne pepper supposedly helps clear the nasal passages. Pretty cool, right?
It looks fantastic. Even if you don't have the flu, I'm thinking I'd spend the 12 bucks on a pint. There are lots of things that you hate spending money on, but you know, you just have to. Ink and toner for your printer, two of those things. Michelle Yarn is here with some advice to help you save money with huge discounts on ink and toner. This is so true. It is ridiculously expensive.
And it's crazy, like we shop out deals for our clothing and our beauty products, but this is something you actually do have to have, not just gotta have it.
Sure.
So it's a great way to save money. I found an amazing website, and it's not just promo deals to get you in the door. This is all the time. It's called ldproducts.com. So if you're using printer brand ink, ldproducts.com is amazing because they can help you cut that spending in half. And they carry ink at these discounts for basically every printer out there on the market, so you're bound to find the one that you need for your printer, which is great.
So they're really the real deal. And how much money are we talking about saving?
Well, I mean, their money-saving options can cut your ink and toner spending by more than 50%.
Whoa.
And they offer really high quality, remanufactured and compatible products, satisfaction guaranteed, which is important. So you have nothing to lose, and you don't have to worry about being satisfied with the products that you get from there.
And what about the added benefit in doing something like this?
Well, you know, we're all trying to be a little bit more environmentally responsible, so this is a great way to do that. It's a very good choice to make. Another great thing, the orders ship out the same day.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so you're going to get your order pretty fast. I mean, you don't have to wait around for too long for it.
Okay, now you speak of shipping. Any special deals?
I always find the deals.
She always finds the deals. Guaranteed.
I mean, you got to do it. There's a coupon code right now, BUZZ, B-U-Z-Z. If you use that, you're going to get another 10% off and free shipping on all remanufactured and compatible orders. So this is a great deal. Try it out. Head to ldproducts.com. You can learn more about it and take your chances. I don't think it's a chance at all because satisfaction guaranteed. So it's a win-win all around.
No longer will you have those printed out copies that come out sort of 5 shades of gray and green. Yeah, all right. Good deal, Michelle. Thank you. For more information, all you need to do, head to our website, lifeloveshopping.com. Coming up tomorrow on Life Love Shopping, from peplum to drop crotch pants, Project Runway's Tim Gunn and Zach Posen share their fashion advice on what's hot and what's not. We're also getting a sneak peek of Project Runway's new exciting season.
They were so cool. We played a game of Make It Work or Alvidacin with fashion, so stay tuned for that one.
That does it for Life Love Shopping. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Be good, everybody.